up, YouTube? I am your host, Mediocre tutorials and reviews, back in here with one more video. All right, guys, I have a feeling this will be a trigger alert. The name of this video, literally this is the name of the video. It's in caps locks as well. I cheated on my husband. I have not seen this video yet. But shout out to my Instagram at Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews. Link down in the description box down below. Guys, keep on sending me this fantastic content. Well, I'm going to use the word fantastic facetiously right now until we see it. So we'll see what's in store. Okay, but keep on sending me the dope shit. I would wholeheartedly appreciate that. It expedites my content finding process. Okay, so you're helping out the channel. I got nothing to say before we go in this. Okay. Without further ado.
Hey guys, so I am here with my husband and we are creating this video specifically because I made a TikTok and I created a video disclosing information about our relationship, about when I cheated on my husband at the beginning of our marriage. We are now on year 7, but that video got over 100,000 views, thousands of likes, and tons of nasty, mean comments.
All right, real quick, let's take a quick pause. Here's the thing. So that TikTok that was just playing, here's what I always got to ask myself is when I look at videos like that go viral, what is the motivation? What is the motivation to post it? What is the incentive? Why? Why? Okay, why? Is it that you went through something traumatic and you want people to learn about it, to help them in their life? Or is it because you love validation, attention, or you're chasing the clout, or you're chasing the bag? Okay. I'm not saying either or in this particular case, but it's what goes through my mind when I see these videos that have this Alanis Morissette guitar solo in the background with these bullshit ass things that you click on to make it more emotional, and it's just why? That's what I think about. But maybe we'll learn something new because it's been 7 years and they're still together. So maybe they'll teach us something.
Yeah, this video is not for like an explanation as to why or what, to justify, none of that. We're not trying to prove our relationship to anybody.
My brother. Blink if you need help. Blink. Blink 3 times. Go ahead, blink. He's got the deer in headlights look. He looks like he doesn't want to be here. I guarantee you guys this is not his idea. I guarantee you this video is not his idea. And I guarantee you when she posted that shit 7 years ago when she cheated, that it wasn't his idea either. Guys, and this is the purpose of my channel, okay? This is one of the purposes. Being bullied into things because it's popping on TikTok, Instagram, being bullied into marriages because feeling like you're not a man unless you succumb and get on bended knee to a woman and not feeling whole within your masculinity before that. Unless if he's in on this as well, right? Or maybe he is an altruistic and healed person, or maybe the marriage in and itself is like, maybe he's religious. I don't know, but let me just shut up and let's just get back into the video. But, oh man, that's a deer in headlights look. Please save me. That's what save me, help me.
And quite frankly, it's none of your business. This video is specifically
online,
for those of you who have been asking, how in the world did you guys do it?
Please
how in the world can I do it? And is there really healing after cheating? But we are here today to tell you that yes, there is healing after any form of trauma if you choose to work it out willingly and you both are ready to commit to the tasks that are at hand.
Tell us
With
more.
A lot of the people that left her private messages as well as comments that are either going through the same thing, whether you're on the side of being cheated on or being the side of the person who made that mistake. We really want to give you guys some insight and some help on how we broke through those plateaus and really made it to a higher point within our marriage where it seemed like, okay, we don't really know where to go from here. We just knew that we wanted to fight through it together, which is step one, realizing, is the person that you're with worth fighting for? You really have to ask yourself that. And for me, what really helped, I always remember back to the times leading up to our marriage and the day of our marriage. When I stood at the altar before her and before God, I knew who I was standing across from.
What?
So,
Did you know you were standing across from a cheater? Did you know that? Listen, let me also say this as well. I think like if you get married to someone, then it's someone that you want to fight for, right? Like that should already be that's the logical conclusion, right? Like this, whether or not it's marriage or a business partnership, like you're going to fight through the hard times. Like it's someone that you want to fight for. I just, certain people, including myself, I think that once you do certain shit, once you've proven that you are capable of certain things, then, but maybe, okay, here's what it is. Here's the only thing that I could see. He cheated as well, right? So it's not just about her, but it's probably about him as well. So he's just like, well, I did it and then she did it. So like, two wrongs, can make it right. I guess. I don't, let's just get back in there. I'm just perplexed. I am perplexed. Let's move on.
I had to humble myself and look at it in the sense of recognizing this is not a character flaw, it's not her as a person. It was a lapse of judgment that happened that could have happened to me as well.
In any situation, It doesn't matter.
It's a judgment that happened. What? A judgment, my G? A judgment. Cheating? A judgment? I don't think it's a judgment. I think it's a clear decision. It's an intentional decision. You don't just accidentally cheat. You don't just accidentally get a number, engage in an emotional connection. Maybe it wasn't emotional. Maybe it was just strictly go over to the crib. Right? Like it's so intentional and it's so thought about, right? Like, so when you say it's like a bad judgment, it sounds like it was like an accident, right? Like when I think of a bad judgment call, I think of like a bad play that happens on the field, say, oh, my bad, it was a bad judgment. Like, no, this is a very intentional act. But I think what we're hearing is that in order to get past the barrier of your significant other who you vowed before God in order to spend the rest of your life with has done one of the worst acts in that bond, you have to lower what it actually is. And it's an intentional thing that is actually happening and not a bad judgment call.
Cheating is not okay whatsoever. There's no justifying cheating at all whatsoever. I think both parties need to figure out what's causing you to want to be vulnerable to somebody else. There's something missing that you're not getting from one another that somebody else is able to fulfill at that time, which is why it's important for you both to go over what this is.
So was there a discussion before you cheated? Right? Like, was there a discussion beforehand that you had in order to say, hey, I'm not getting this from you? Or did you just step out? I feel bad for the young brother. Like I see like I see like a defeatedness about his person. Maybe it's just a component of his personality, but I see a true defeat within his body language here. So let's just keep going.
Is that's in the midst of you. For us, it was family.
If you guys notice, look at the body language. You know, when she's talking, she's all in. This is obviously her idea. As she's talking, he's like, just pay attention to where he's looking at. He's trailing off, and what I think that he's looking at is in like just a large capsule of his entire life just flashing before his eyes, like that, like legit. That's what's going on in my. And he's just like, I'm here now, so I just have to just, you know, I got married and I swore in front of God, and I'm just not gonna go back on my vows because I'm a man of integrity. I'm a man of virtue, and you know, I know that she got her viscous innards entirely plundered by a random stranger, but I'm just here, and I have a beautiful child, and I'm just here. I'm just here. That's what exactly this looks like to me. I'm just present. Whoa.
Issues at the time we were living apart from each other, immediately after we got married, and for me it was insecurity of not feeling fully accepted into his family. None of those things are justifications at all, but there are certain doors that open and can lead to situations that, or temptations that, you know, you necessarily don't need to walk through. I know.
Okay. She said there's no justification, so, you know, okay. Well, thank you. There is no justification, but because you didn't feel accepted into his family, the logic just don't make sense to me. And guys, listen, I know like a majority of this relationship shit is like all emotion and this, that, and the third. And in my logical brain, I'm like, because the family, because the mom like looked at you funny at dinner, is that what you're saying? Like, because the family didn't accept, then you're going to, right? Like, what did the person that you cheated with, what about their family like accepted you in, right? Like, help me understand the logic. If you weren't getting the family thing from your husband, if you weren't getting it from your husband, did you get it from the dude? Was you like at family dinners with the dude and then, oh, finally a family that loves and accepts me, right? Like, right. So to not get acceptance from family, therefore cheat. Am I bugging?
A lot of people want to know, how did you forgive? Like, what steps did you take to forgive me? And how did you know that I wasn't cheating on you anymore?
So the first step that I had to take in, you know, forgiving my wife was, like I said, humility. Humbling myself to say, okay, can I look at it in a realistic aspect of, now that I understand what made her feel a certain type of way, would I have, is there a possibility I could have fell into the same thing? And I mean, as a human being,
oh God,
you know, that the answer is easy. Yes. I mean, it took a
so it seems like he says humility, but it seems like what he's saying is that it is partially his fault. And listen, as a married couple, if they've come to that conclusion in order to get them to where they can continue to raise the family, then I salute them, because there's a lot of human beings that, right, like if I feel like I did nothing wrong, I'm not going to admit or accept accountability for your wrongdoing and your actions. How illogical that I actually think that it is. I'd be at my breaking point, right? Like that's a breaking point for me, completely. You understand what I'm saying?
Point of vulnerability and somebody being there and you feeling like, okay, something is not being fulfilled by the other person. So I had to first realize that was my first thing in recognizing, okay, I have to understand where she's coming from. Secondly was remembering who I married and understanding the person that I knew that she was, because certain situations and things that we're going through kind of put us in a different place at that time, but it's not us, you know, 24/7. It's not our natural way of going about our day-to-day life. It's just during that time when you're going through tough stuff, you're not always going to be yourself. Also, I had to understand that I'm going to have questions that I need to ask. I need to know the truth and understand that I'm being told the full truth. And once I get that truth, I need to be able to put that on the back burner and say, okay, look, now that I know everything, how are we gonna move forward? I can't hold this against you. I can't continue to bring this up when we have an argument. I have to move on as well, and give her a chance to show progress versus thinking it's gonna happen overnight just because you told me about it Tuesday and it's Thursday and I feel like I'm still harboring it.
And I think as the cheater on this side speaking, you kind of have to do everything that is necessary for you to show your partner that you are no longer in that life anymore, and you are no longer going to make that decision anymore. If it stems from a job or the people you're surrounded with, that would be to change your surroundings and change the people that you're surrounded with. Also allowing your spouse or significant other to feel the way that they do, not in a way that is necessarily condemning you, but
Blink 3 times, my brother. I got you. We can send the cavalry your way. Please, let us know. Let us know. 3 times.
just allowing them to also go through the process that they're going through as well. I know I went through, at the same time he was going through, I went through a point where I didn't forgive myself. It was really hard for us to even connect, especially sexually. It was hard to, get back into that. Yeah. All right, you guys, we just wanted.
All right. Okay. I guess the video's over. Last thing, I bypassed this as they were talking about it, but they were also saying that it happened right in the beginning of the marriage. Like it was right there at smack dab in the beginning. And oh man, this is tough for me to watch. Listen, let me say this as well. I think for the sake of the family, so it looks like the son or the child is still super young. So they just had a seed. So it seems like they didn't have any children back then. So it seems as though you had a lot more decision rights back then. But now that another life is involved, there's obviously no going back, and you have no plans to go back, my G. But it just strikes me as a bit ridiculous, like. When you look at situations like this, and in this space we talk about relationships, dating, we talk about marriage, and just imagine you go through the courting phase, the dating phase, you get down on one knee, and then this is your reality right after getting married. Just imagine, right? So when we talk about this, I think that some naysayers come into the space and they're like, it's all fear. You're so scared, right? And they try to shame you and bully you into making a decision like that into your future. And at the end of the day, I'm not going to hate on anyone that makes that particular decision. I'm just saying, take a look at these stories. Take a look at the good with the bad. Okay, take a look at the good with the bad. Bring all the data together and then understand if it's the correct decision for you. While also, because here's the thing, I guarantee you that there's things in their dating phase that would tip certain dudes off as to her having the capabilities to do that in a marriage. I guarantee you, which is why I tell you guys all day, as you coming of age and as you become a man and you're figuring out your masculinity, you're starting to understand women, how to interact with women. You within your field studies, right, and dating, and you're also looking at some content online, and you're trying to put everything together, and you're like, oh, okay, boom, that is a red flag. Boom, let me write that down. Oh, okay, that's a key indicator. MTR says key indicators. All right, it's not a red flag, but it's like high alert. just put that in the back of your head. Like, start to write these things down, because this is a young brother right here. And if I was to guess, I would say he's one of these dudes that are gung-ho about marriage, family, and he did it young in his life and was ill-experienced while he was on his path of developing his manhood, and then entered into something and had something salacious and hellacious happen relatively soon within it. But also, let me end off on this. I think that at the end of the day, if there's happiness, if there's healing, and hopefully they got therapy for that as well, I think, people can step beyond anything if they put their minds together. they can do anything if they put their minds together. So it's good to see a relatively happy ending, but I'm just floored at the process that it took to get there, and I'm still questioning the reasoning of the TikTok video and then this video right now. But it is what it is. Guys, hopefully you enjoyed that reaction. I will leave a link to their channel down below. As we talk about all the time on this channel, do not go on their channel and leave negative comments. If I go over there and I see negative comments from you on their channel, I'm blocking you from my channel. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm for real about that. All right? Questions, comments, concerns, y'all already know what to do. Mediocre tutorials and reviews at gmail.com. Guys, I got a Patreon link down in the description box down below. Go down up in there if you want access to the inner circle where we all have conversations and communicate at, as well as a plethora of other benefits. Click on that link. Don't play with me no more. All right. Until next time, YouTube.